on Drury Lane.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, it was another weekend morning back in the kitchen on Drury Lane. And oh, it was time to make the muffins. Usually, fast asleep am I. And while I was dreaming, I began to think of the most beautiful things. I began to think about how beautiful this world really is. Why, it's a beautiful world we live in. A sweet, romantic place. Beautiful people everywhere. The way they show they care. It just makes me want to say, it's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world. For you, and for you. It's a wonderful time to be here. And it's nice to be alive. Wonderful people everywhere. It's just the way they comb their hair. It makes me want to say, it's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. For you, and for you. It's a beautiful world we live in, a sweet, romantic place. Beautiful people everywhere. The way they show they care makes me want to say, it's a beautiful world. And what a beautiful thing it was just to see an organization like St. Joseph's Place help others just appreciate this beautiful world. Sometimes you just need a place to be. You just need a place to pause from life's toils and concerns and just be. To just appreciate this beautiful world. Now come along. Let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful thing and learn more about St. Joseph's Place, a place to just be.
Good morning, I'm Sister Linda, and we would like to introduce you to St. Joseph's Place, a place of hospitality, refreshment, peace, and conversation here on Albany Street. We use St. Joseph as our patron because we are a ministry of St. Joseph's Historic Church in downtown Schenectady, and so St. Joseph's has been there for over 100 years, and we have our parish that and our pastor, Father Dominic, and they support this ministry. And also, I am a sister of St. Joseph of Carondelet, and our sisters and our congregation also supports St. Joseph's Place. So we have wonderful ties to St. Joseph, who is the protector of the Holy Family. And we always pray that St. Joseph protects our friends and guests who come in to St. Joseph's Place. Now we'd like to take you inside and tell you the rest of the story about St. Joseph's Place. Now I'd like to hand this over to Sister Ann Christie Brink, who is the other co-director of St. Joseph's Place.
Thank you, Sister Lynn. Welcome to the inside of St. Joseph's Place. You will notice the beautiful drawing here, asking and inviting all of our friends and neighbors to come into St. Joseph's Place, a place of prayer, conversation, hospitality, and refreshment.
Mom and Dad for us. She died last year. She came in and she did the chapels. She did that. She put up the butterfly banner.
You will notice that this is our outdoor area where we have different flyers advertising some of the meals that are available, some of the services that are available for the neighborhood. So I just want to point out a few things. We honor St. Joseph with a statue of St. Joseph. We have several of our sisters' artworks displayed throughout the building. And then we'll move over to where we have what we call our free table. Some of our friends donate many things to us, food. We always have abundance of calendars, sometimes some clothing. And again, we have some flyers up. And we want this place to be a place of peace and harmony. And so we have the words of peace in many different languages, of which our people come from many different places and are welcome, whether no matter what their color, creed, sexual orientation is, religion, they are all welcome into St. Joseph's Place. So we hope you'll enjoy the tour. And now we'll move into the other room, our actual living area. As we move into our area where we enjoy each other's company, we strive to keep our place clean, very nicely decorated, and neat for the people who come in to visit with us so that they can see an environment of beauty. So now we'll move in. I think this place is needed, St. Joseph's Place, because it is a haven for people. They can come in here, know they will be warmly welcomed. We try very hard to know everybody's name, and that is so important in a day and age when you're a number more than a name. And they don't need to worry that they're going to be chastised for not having a benefit card with them, or that they will be put off from getting services. They won't be waiting in lines. It's just a place for them to come and be. And being is so important for people in today's world, to just sit and be and not have to worry about whether you have what you need, whether you are just a time, place, space to be with neighbors and friends, be with each other, be with us, be with God.
Hi again. This is our hospitality room, and so we've tried to create a place that is peaceful and has elements of beauty in it, so people from the neighborhood can just sit around, enjoy conversation, enjoy refreshments, and be in a peaceful place. We just ask that people sign in. They often leave us some nice notes, and then people get what they'd like to eat and sit around and enjoy conversation with one another. So some of our artwork is really indicative of who we are. Most of it has been donated by Sisters of St. Joseph, who are artists. I want to especially point out our kind of Jesus galley over here. And We have three images of Jesus. One, Jesus the Good Shepherd, done by Sister Marion Honors after the one lost sheep, and is joyful when he finds that sheep and brings him back to the community. And then a rendition of the Laughing Jesus by Hook, because we hope that this is a place of joy for people, and Jesus is a person of joy and hope. And then the Jewish Jesus, the rendition of Jesus as he most probably looked, the Jewish man of the first century, and hopefully reflecting people of color, because obviously Jesus was not a white male. And so someone donated some images of us. We have a Blessed Mother and Jesus also on the windowsill over there that show them to be people of color, because Jesus is for all of us, no matter what race we belong to. We're all of the human race. So, going around the room, we have our refreshment table, which is very popular with folks. And people just come in and help themselves to what refreshments they would like. And then we'd like to point out in a special way that St. Joseph's Place is in memory of Father Michael Hogan, and Sister Christy is going to talk a little bit about Father Hogan.
This is a picture of Father Michael Hogan, a priest of the Albany Diocese. Father Hogan spent many years on Hamilton Hill in Schenectady as pastor of St. Columba's Parish, right down the street on Craig, and then as pastor of Sacred Heart Parish. After Sacred Heart Parish closed, he was assigned to St. Joseph's Parish downtown. But he never lost his love for Hamilton Hill. And he realized that after the last Sister of St. Joseph left Sacred Heart, there was no Catholic presence on Hamilton Hill, and he wanted some presence to be there. Sister Linda and I were both looking for ministry at the time, and he contacted us, or we contacted him, and the rest is history. We worked with him for almost a year and had bounced off different ideas. We went around to all of the different agencies on the Hill, of which there are many, to see what needs needed to be met. And the one thing that people told us as we went was that there was no place for people to gather and just be. And so we worked with Father Hogan. He was able to help with Reverend Grigsby to purchase this building. The Sikkim owns this building, and St. Joseph's Parish, the Christian Service Committee, rents our part of the building for us. The other part is inhabited by SCAT program. So Father Hogan was a great influence on Hamilton Hill and on us personally. As the year went on, he had another bout of cancer, which turned out to be his last bout of cancer. And right before we opened, he did die of cancer. It was a very hard blow for all the parish and for us to lose Father Hogan. But we know his spirit is here, and we are so grateful that he had the vision to do this, and that we are able to be here with our friends and neighbors on Hamilton Hill.
I got this. Watch you move. If I can do it, you can do it.
Get my 5 seconds of fame. Hey!
You gonna talk?
No. I'm gonna stand there right here.
Okay. As I said before, many of our sisters helped us to decorate this building, and one of the drawing cards when people come in is to look at this quilt, which was made by a very crafty Sister Barbara Crick. And she sat at night and made this quilt, and all different patterns, all different colors, and people really love to come in and just look at this quilt. Now I'm going to give a little ad for the Sisters of St. Joseph. We were founded in 1650 in Le Puy, France. One of the things the first sisters did was to make lace, and they would invite area women in who did not have much education, but they could do lace, to sit around a kitchen table and make lace. We're not making lace here, but it is a reminder to us, to the Sisters of St. Joseph who work here, that we are part of a very ancient picture, and we're very proud to be Sisters of St. Joseph.
Okay, so I come here just to kind of like just hang out and talk and have refreshments. I love the sisters dearly. They help you with, you know, they are good to talk to and vent to. And it's just an all-around good place to come and just conversate with everybody. And, you know, like if you don't have anything to do or you need some help, you know, this is a good place to come.
Yeah, it's about.
My name is Luke Masonette. I love coming here. They do a lot for everybody, for the community. We have good times in here. They're wonderful. They pray for us. They give us a lot of advices and everything. And we just get along with
I can
everybody.
take it down and then I'll bring it over and show you. But I know my daughter will just be coming. She may have it in her phone. That's what I was saying.
I like St. Joseph's place. The nuns are nice, and I can come here and fellowship. At 9:30 we say our prayers, and I like to fellowship with the nuns and the people that come here.
I like you because it's a blessing from God.
Bigger than anybody.
That they are very good people, and that this is a good place for everyone to be at, and that it's a very good thing for the community and the people, and that I'm just blessed being here every day just to see what happens with this place and why it's open. It's open for God's people to be here, and that I pray that it stays open and that the sisters are very blessed for the things they do, because God is blessing them every day, every time they come here to be around the people. And they love the people and the people love them. And that's the blessing that God gives them, is to bless other people so they can be blessed back.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Sorry, well, I come here normally for a free cup of coffee when I get off of work. When I get off of work, you know, I just come in here, hang around, talk to the sisters and stuff like that. They're always kind, polite, you know, humorous.
I come because it's a very, very blessed place to be. But actually, when I come here, being the name of St. Joseph, I can seem like I actually feel the presence of St. Joseph himself, the Spirit, when I come here. It's uplifting. And not only when the doors open, it also opens hearts. My life has changed just coming here with the support that I get here.
Anybody like to pray this morning? Today's our prayer for victims of violence.
I've always been that way since I was a kid too.
Victims of violence.
I have to get up and get reports.
This is the prayer room, and it's again a place of inner quiet. And sometimes people come in here just to have a moment, just to find a little quiet in their lives. Father Hogan said that sometimes people living in poverty have no place to go for quiet. And so again, we tried to make it a place of peace and beauty. The Beatitudes done by our sister Marianne Honors. And our friends have given us some of the things that you see in chapel. Sister Barbara made this lovely compendium for the stand for the Bible. And we have the Blessed Sacrament here with us. And so it's a place where people can just be, and sometimes if we have to have, or people want to have a one-on-one conversation, they come in here and sit and we talk with them. And if people miss prayer, but they want to pray with somebody, we'll come in and just have a prayer. People say, "Can I get a prayer?" And we'll come in here. So people in this neighborhood are really faith-filled people, and God is very, very real and very, very present to them. And it's very important for them to touch into praying in whatever circumstance they find themselves, whether it's a happy thing like I got a new apartment, or a sad thing that somebody's died or somebody's gotten sick. Every morning at 9:30 or thereabout, we pray together. And on Wednesday, we have a special intention to pray for victims of violence in our neighborhood, in the world. And we've put names in this basket that's on the floor, names of people who suffered from different kinds of violence, again, in our neighborhood and in the world. So we invite everybody to pray with us. We have a book of intentions there, and we pray for whoever puts their name and intention in the book. I'll start us off with this prayer, and then we can state whatever intentions we might have for the day. So this is for the victims of crime. Rescuer God, healing spirit, hear the cry of those who fall victim to the violence of crime. Move us, as you did the Good Samaritan, to pour ointment on their pain, to bind their wounds, to cover their shame, and to hold them in our hearts until they are whole again. Come to the aid of our communities, so filled with fear and violence. Help us to overcome our fears with a loving concern for one another as we build your reign of peace. Amen.
Amen.
So this morning I'd like to pray for that woman and her son in Rotterdam who were the victims of home invasion, and for the man who just got 75 years in jail for the crime he committed.
And I'd like to pray for a friend of ours who has been a victim of domestic abuse.
Just waking up? Okay.
And for all those on our streets who are victims of addiction, for those who take and use drugs and alcohol, and for those who sell drugs.
I'd like to pray for a victim of addiction, and pray that God shows her the way and gets her out of her addiction. And I'd also like to pray for
I think it's
a
from
friend of
Randy
ours
Wine.
in Allen who's in jail for selling drugs. And just show him the way out of that.
I pray for everyone that just pray for all these people. And I pray for anyone who else out there who has their addiction and is trying to get over it, and abuse and everything else. I pray for everyone and everything and everybody who's here.
This is one that's with playing with rind of orange and
Cindy's in a nursing home now, and Scotia. And I'm glad that she's there, because she fell a couple times with there by herself.
That's a good nursing home.
Yeah, practice.
today we have the muffin.
Practice
Have you
time.
ever seen them?
That's where it is.
Scotia.
Oh, okay. Is it far?
No, you take the bus.
Okay.
My sister will take me.
That's good.
Amen.
So we make all these prayers in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
St. Joseph's Place, and asking some people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, We're Roman Catholic, and we welcome everyone of every faith or no faith. But I think the basic thing is belief in Jesus's gospel and what Jesus asks us to be and do for our dear neighbor. The Sisters of St. Joseph have this phrase about loving the dear neighbor without distinction. And so that's the grounding of what we have here. But it's all our friends, our volunteers that help us to stay grounded in what's most important here. One of the things about being here on the Hill has been collaborating with the other agencies that are here. Bethesda House, SICM, SCAP, just to name a few. There's a lot of wonderful agencies and people that work there and really try to minister to people. So our being here is also being a part of a network of caring that is on the Hill.
Well, welcome back. I'm still trying to bake the muffins. But finally, I think we're finished. I hope you enjoyed our show today. If you would like to make an order or donate muffins to charity, then please go to the website listed below. With every muffin order, we donate muffins to the charity of your choice. I call it giving your dough to charity. I also encourage you to donate directly to the featured charity today by going directly to our website and getting their information. Thank you very much for watching, and keep on dancing through life by giving to others through love. Let me finish baking these muffins, and see you next time.